Well, we continue to preview college football season here on GCR, and tonight the season gets underway for the Towson Tigers as they travel to Norfolk State to kick things off, 7 o'clock on ESPNU. And joining us now, I assume live from Norfolk, he is the coach of the Tigers, Coach Pete Shinnick, who's back with us now here on GCR. Coach, it's Glenn. It's great to chat with you. Happy start of the football season.
Oh, thanks for having me on. Yeah, we are live. We are in the hotel and excited to get this thing going tonight.
Have you figured out how to pronounce Norfolk yet since you've gotten there?
No, it's been pronounced like 17 different ways, and I just let other people do it.
100%. Because every time I hear it, I think, am I saying a curse word? Is that what's happening right now?
No, I've heard Norfolk. I've heard Norfolk.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's just, yeah, we're here.
You're playing the Spartans tonight. That's the way that it goes.
Exactly.
Hey, Coach, take me back the end of last season and the way that you guys closed things out. What did you learn about this group, and did you feel like, and with so much of it back and so many veterans on this team, that the way that you closed last season perhaps really set the tone for what your guys are capable of accomplishing this year?
Yeah, we had a tough start. I mean, we had a very difficult beginning. Played some really good opponents, and I thought we played well, but just couldn't get victories. So to end the way we did, 3 in a row, really, I think winning 6 of the last 8, something like that, really put us in a pretty good spot. And I think what we saw at the end was just a group that just continued to believe, continued to support each other, continued to get after it in a way that, we felt like we could all season. So it was exciting to end that way. And like you say, you build off of that. Obviously, winning the last 3, you take that momentum with you. You take that into the offseason. You take that into the summer, and you feel great about where you are. And then we've had a great summer. We've had a great fall camp. So it's exciting now to be able to get the opportunity to go show people what we've accomplished, up to this point, to say, all right, here we go, here we are, and this is who we're going to be in 2025.
Coach, in our business, narratives are a big thing, right? Like in storytelling. And so like the narrative that comes to mind would be, this is now your 3rd season, and that maybe what we started to see at the end of last year was like the foundation that you had laid for what the Pete Shinnick era of Towson football was going to be started to come to fruition, and maybe setting up that this is the time now for it to break through and be able to compete for a championship. Broadly, does that feel like the direction that you've been trying to build for this program?
Most definitely, and I felt like we were close last year. Again, I think we're a couple plays away last year from being a type of team that would put us in the playoff hunt.
Yeah.
And I think we easily could have won 2 more games in there. And so we want to now, coming into year 3, just be able to take advantage of those opportunities that we missed last year. And again, we have prepared well. Our guys have put themselves in a great spot. And I expect us to, find ways to win those close games that we lost last year, find ways to, eliminate some of the errors that we had last year that led to some of those losses. And so, we've got more people who understand what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it. The guys that have stayed in the program, I give them a lot of credit. I think we got about 15, 18 guys that are on the team for when we got here. Most of them are seniors or 5th-year seniors or graduate seniors. And then we brought in a lot of people that were excited about the type of culture, the type of, opportunity that we were giving them here at Towson. So we're ready to take off. We're ready to have a great year. And I think our guys have put the work in to make that happen.
Of course, starts tonight against Norfolk State as we were chatting with Towson coach Pete Shinnick. Coach, I know you've said that you weren't going to announce a starting quarterback. We did reach game day. I don't know if that's changed at all, or is it going to be you're going to see tonight when you tune into ESPNU?
Yeah, that's what we've been telling people. ESPNU called this morning and said, hey, can you tell us who your starting quarterback is? I said, hey, you'll see it live.
Yeah.
All right. That guy's going to run out there when that group goes. You'll know who he is when that happens.
So you do have 2 veterans in that room, obviously, in both Sean Brown and Nathan Kent. What I guess, can you give me a little bit of a thumbnail on both of those guys?
Yeah. No, and I think we're one of the few FCS programs that have 2 quarterbacks who have started, 7+ games in their career at the FCS level. And so Sean finished the season out for us last year, and I thought, led us to some really good victories. Nate Kent in 2023 was our starter He was a little banged up last year. So again, we've had great competition, and I'm excited that I feel like our offense will be in good hands. Who we put out there.
You bring in a running back from Duke in Al Wooten, who I know had a lot of success at Mercer. Is it fair to say the expectation is that knowing what he's done at this level before, like that's what you think he's capable of doing for this team?
Yeah, most definitely. Al has been great during fall camp. I mean, he has come in, established himself. We got a veteran O line coming back. A lot of guys who've played a lot of football. He fits in really well with the type of play that we want. A lot of inside zone. He's a great inside zone runner. So he brings what we saw at Mercer. Rushed for over 700 yards there. Obviously, his time at Duke, didn't get what he was hoping there, but that worked out well for us because it actually gave him another year.
Oh, right, because he didn't play. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. I call up the crew down there and say thanks a lot. We saw the offense really come on as the season went. You reference obviously not only winning games, but part of that was we saw more points scored. Are you confident again, no matter who the quarterback is, that that's what you're going to get from this group, and who still could you still see stepping up a little bit more as far as your playmakers are concerned?
Yeah, I think, our wide receiver group, we go five deep. We got five guys that have played a lot of football for us. John Dunmore,
Right.
Jason Doss, Sam Reynolds, Isaiah Perkins, Lucas Lindano. All those guys have played a lot of football for us. And they're all playmakers in their own right. They all have a special gift that really plays well into this offense. So, point productivity is something that we've talked a lot about. We feel like we got an opportunity to score from any place on the field. I think we've got really good playmakers that we get the ball in their hands. They can get, us to have those type of plays. And, we saw some explosives there at the end of the year. That's kind of what we're banking on this year as well.
Is Pete Shinnick, Towson football coach. He's with us here on GCR. Coach, one of the guys who jumps out to me on the defensive side of the ball is Miles Brody, and we wrote about Miles for a press box in this most recent print issue that we put out. How does someone go from Alvernia to being all CAA? What does that say about that young man?
Well, it's really an amazing story to go from D3 to walk on to really all CAA preseason. I thought he ended the year last year as one of the best corners in the conference and probably in the country as well. It's a tremendous amount of hard work and it's a tremendous amount of dedication on his part. First time I saw him, really, he was in a knee brace and it was like, okay, who is this guy?
Wow.
But he's just constantly gotten better through the process. And credit to him, credit to Coach Walker, his position coach, constantly helping him fine tune his skills. But Miles has put in a ton of work and it's paying off.
What else needs to go right for you guys defensively? Who else? Maybe we'll give you the same question we did. Who else needs to step up on that side of the ball?
Yeah, I think Xavier Terry, another one of our experienced guys in the back end there. He needs to play well. He's done that for us for the last 2 years. Rodney Roan, Branson Peters, Jamez Drummer at the linebacker spot. They need to be playing at a high level. We're going to start three young defensive linemen,
Okay.
but we think they're very athletic and very talented. Aaron Carter and J.R. Stiegel and Shamir Boyd. Those guys are just big physical guys, all 300 plus, all move really, really well. They're going to have to play, with great motors the entire night. But I'm looking really, to me, I think our defense as a whole has an opportunity to shine just because of how much movement, how many blitzes, and how many different coverages we put out there.
Coach, you talk about the slow start last year, and this year you open up with 3 on the road, right, to start the season, starting tonight at Norfolk State. I from afar, somebody would say, like, and I get that the Morgan State game is a little bit because there'll probably be plenty of Towson fans at that game,
Yeah.
but it's still a road game. Do you have to have the conversation with the guys like, hey, yeah, we're on the road, but like we have to win these. We can't allow ourselves to get behind the 8 ball the way that we did a year ago and be trying to dig out of that hole.
Yeah, and really, we obviously coach speak here a little bit, but really the one game at a time approach. If you look at last year, Cincinnati, Villanova, Morgan State early, North Dakota State.
Yeah.
It was an interesting take. But with that, I mean, I thought we were in all those games. You know what I mean? And we had a chance with every one of them. This year going on the road, when we talked about it when I first got here, I felt like playing on a Thursday night would help us with our travel. Obviously, Morgan's a close game. Maryland is only an
Sure.
hour travel.
Yeah.
So even though we're on the road 3 weeks in a row, I didn't feel like it would be that extensive. But you're right. I mean, we know we got to get off to a great start. We know we got to play well. We know that this game's the most important one. So we're looking forward to seeing what we can accomplish tonight.
Did you have you what the hell are they thinking in Vegas not putting Carter on the active roster, man? Like what that guy's a beast. Like that guy somebody's going to realize it and somebody's going to realize how special that kid is.
Well, what an amazing story. 3 years ago, that guy's at a D3. 4 years ago, 5 years ago, he was a 300-pound offensive lineman, not sure what he wanted to do, changed his body, decided to play tight end, came to us as a walk-on and, walked out as an All-American. And now he is on, an NFL roster. What a great story. And then, again, tremendous work ethic in his part. When he came, he's like, Coach, I want to go to the NFL, which every guy says.
Sure.
But Carter Runyon backed it up every day. Great work ethic, great desire, learned how to do things that he wasn't comfortable with, really didn't run great routes when he got here, but put the work in, found a way to do it. Could not be prouder of him. And I agree. I mean, I think he's going to get activated. I think he's going to be on the 53-man roster, and I think he's going to have a long NFL career.
I think there's no doubt about that. I think it's very clear that somebody's going to realize, whether it's the Raiders or somebody else that plucks him away, somebody's going to realize what a special talent he is and is going to give them that chance. Coach Pete Shinnick, we are really looking forward to seeing you guys tonight against Norfolk State, and then obviously to the point, plenty of opportunities even before the first home game to check out the Tigers at Morgan and then at Maryland the following weeks before opening things up at home against Youngstown State on the 20th. Coach, best of luck. We'll be in touch as the season goes on. Thank you for taking the time for us this morning, man. We really appreciate it.
No, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it. Have a great day.